Good day, UNISA students. We are going to continue with our lessons. The lesson that we're going to talk about today is learning styles. So what is a learning style? A learning style is a way by which you as an individual student prefer to learn. Remember, we are individuals. So the way that you learn, it's what you prefer, what works best for you. So learning styles, it's determined by cognitive ability, your thinking ability, how you think, your emotions, how do you feel about what you are, or how you learn, as well as your environmental factors. What is your background? What is your situation? So when you choose your learning style, it will be determined by these factors. So for you to be able to study effectively and successfully, you need to identify a style or a combination of styles or methods that work for you. You must be able to identify whether you learn better when you listen or when you see words, or a combination of both. That's why we have what we call auditory or visually, or a combination of both. So I'm going to take you through, I'm going to show you the slides actually, which shows different types of learning style. So you as a student, you must honestly pick or choose what works best for you. So the different learning styles that we have below, we have got what we call visual learning style, where you learn by seeing words, charts, graphs, graphic organizers, lessons that are outlined, picture aids, PowerPoints. So those are visual learning style. And then we also have what we call auditory learning style, where you read by hearing, you learn by hearing, you read aloud, listening to whatever that is being said, verbal instructions, discussions, repeating something to a friend. So that is called auditory. So you learn by hearing. Then we have got another learning style that is called read or write. So you learn by reading and writing, where you have books, you have got text, you've got dictionary, you take notes, you make notes. So you actually learn by reading and writing. And there are those students who prefer that learning style. And then again, it is determined by even the field of your studies, to say if you are in this particular field. I'm going to cite those examples to you there when now we'll be applying, these different types of learning styles. And then the fourth learning style on this slide is what we call kinesthetic. Kinesthetic simply means that you learn by doing. So it's practical. So I will show you below that there are fields of studies where you learn by doing. You do conduct experiments. So you incorporate your body movement, your tactile, you touch, you feel, you are hands-on on kinesthetic. So I'm going to apply these learning styles below, but then before we come to the application, I'm going to show you other different learning styles on this next slide that you need to choose and identify what works best for you. For instance, they have indicated instead of auditory, they say musical. There are people who learn better through sounds or through music or even rhythms that helps you to learn. So have a look in each and every learning style highlighted below in this slide to say what suits you. How best do you learn when you are applying this learning style? Do you learn best when you're doing the verbal one, or visual, or auditory, musical, physical, which is kinesthetic, or you combine all the different learning styles? Now, I'm coming now to the application, because remember, each and every learning style that we have, we need to apply now to the real life situation, which is now in your studies. To say, for instance, if you are a student who is doing engineering or who is doing nursing, you are a mathematician, you're studying something in agriculture. So which learning style will be appropriate? Definitely it will be the kinesthetic learning style, where it requires you to be hands-on, you are able to touch, you are able to feel. So the kinesthetic will be the ideal learning style that you're going to apply. If, for instance, you are a law student, or you are studying towards psychology, obviously you have to apply the auditory learning style, because you have to listen. If you have a client as a law student, you have to listen to your client's presentation. What is the case all about? So you need to listen attentively. Your listening skills should be very, very, very sharpened. So you're going to use the auditory learning style. Anyway, you will combine it, of course, maybe with the visual, where you will be able to write down. You will combine it with the reading and writing learning style. And then further, as a student maybe who is studying in communication sciences, of course you will use the verbal learning style. You can combine it with reading and writing, because there is a lot of talking, listening that you will be doing. Then you will write statements. You have to read whatever that you have listened to. So you have now a combination of learning styles. Students who are studying humanities can use both the combination of visual, auditory, and verbal. So it depends on the field. So make sure that in whatever field that you are studying into, you need to apply relevant learning styles. In most cases, of course, you will use a combination of these learning styles. So, but the ideal thing is that choose what is best for you. How best do you study? Because some people will start better in maybe just using the verbal learning style. Others they will learn better when they listen, auditory. Others will learn better when they're applying the kinesthetic, which is now the practical part. So make sure that you are honest with yourself to identify the ideal, the best learning style that will help you in your studies. I hope this short video will assist you in your studies. I want to thank you for listening.